The elders have a saying in our land: when the masquerade dances too close to the fire, it risks burning its own costume. And in Ondo State today, a fresh controversy is swirling around a political campaign accessory that some fear is dancing far too close to the flames of cultism and insecurity. This na confirmed street news. Now waiting we hear with the report, but be sure say na confirmed. Abeg, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment to help us grow and bring you undiluted news. A civil society group known as the Association for Good Governance Advocacy, through its Ondo State chapter led by Mrs. Folakemi Benson, has publicly accused Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa of indirectly encouraging cultism in the state. The group's main point of contention centers around a newly launched political mobilization platform called the Lucky Aiyedatiwa Campaign Organisation for Tinubu, often referred to by its acronym LACOT. This group was inaugurated by the governor last weekend in Akure, with the explicit aim of rallying grassroots support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ahead of future elections, covering all 18 local government areas of Ondo State. To mark their identity and unity, members have adopted blue berets as their signature attire. According to the advocacy group, this choice of blue berets is deeply problematic because the color and style bear a striking resemblance to the regalia commonly associated with a known cult group operating in the region. They argue that in a state already grappling with rising insecurity, including frequent kidnappings, armed robberies, and violent crimes, this kind of visual symbolism could embolden existing cult elements, send the wrong message to young people, and normalize attire linked to criminal underworld activities. The association further claims that politicians across the board, including those in power, have been arming cultists to serve as political enforcers or thugs, providing them with weapons and ammunition in anticipation of the 2027 general elections. They describe Ondo State as having transformed from one of Nigeria's safer regions into what they call a kidnapper's den, with many incidents going unreported and creating a misleading picture of relative calm. If you're concerned about the intersection of politics, security, and youth vulnerability in Nigeria, and you value straightforward, evidence-based reporting, please take a second right now to like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel with notifications on. It keeps us going and ensures you catch every update on stories that affect ordinary Nigerians. To put this accusation in proper perspective, Ondo State has faced persistent challenges with cult-related violence for years. Clashes between rival groups have led to loss of lives, property destruction, and periodic curfews in affected areas like Owo. The state government under Governor Aiyedatiwa has repeatedly emphasized its commitment to combating insecurity, including through community engagement and support for security agencies. However, broader national patterns show that political seasons often see heightened activity among youth groups, some of which overlap with cult affiliations due to economic pressures, lack of opportunities, and the allure of quick gains through political patronage. Berets and other headgear have historically been adopted as symbols by various support groups during electioneering, but when colors or designs echo known cult identifiers, it inevitably sparks debate about symbolism and its potential to influence impressionable minds. The accusing group has called on the Nigeria Police Force and other security agencies to act swiftly. They urged intensified surveillance, stronger intelligence gathering, thorough investigations into claims of politicians arming cultists, and impartial prosecution of anyone found culpable, no matter their political standing or connections. Their appeal underscores a demand for zero tolerance towards any action that could be perceived as legitimizing or indirectly promoting cult behavior through political platforms. Politically, this allegation arrives at a sensitive time, as the governor aligns supporters behind the president's agenda through structures like LACOT. Any perception of overlap between campaign imagery and cult symbols risks alienating segments of the population already wary of political manipulation of youth. It also highlights ongoing tensions around how political actors mobilize support in a region where cultism has become intertwined with local power dynamics, sometimes turning young men into tools of intimidation rather than agents of positive change.
Socially, the implications run deep. Cultism preys on unemployment, poor education access, and broken family structures, drawing in vulnerable youths who seek belonging or protection. When political figures or their affiliates adopt symbols that mirror cult regalia, even unintentionally, it can blur lines, make cult life appear glamorous or acceptable in mainstream spaces, and discourage young people from steering clear. Families in rural and urban communities alike live with the constant fear that a child might be recruited, leading to cycles of violence, trauma, and lost potential. Economically, persistent insecurity deters investment, disrupts farming and trade, key pillars of Ondo State's cocoa, oil palm, and timber economy, and keeps communities in a state of anxiety that stifles growth. From a security standpoint, the group's warning about unreported crimes and possible alliances between cultists and bandits points to a need for better community police relations and proactive measures. If left unaddressed, such perceptions could erode confidence in authorities and make it harder to gather intelligence or prevent attacks. Public reaction to these kinds of accusations tends to split along familiar lines. Supporters of the governor and the campaign platform may view the claims as politically motivated attacks aimed at discrediting legitimate mobilization efforts, especially since no direct evidence of the governor encouraging cultism is presented beyond the beret similarity. Others, particularly those affected by insecurity or skeptical of political motives, may see it as a legitimate call for caution in how symbols are chosen during sensitive times. Past incidents in Ondo and neighboring states show that similar controversies over campaign insignia have surfaced before, often leading to clarifications or adjustments by the groups involved, though no immediate response from the governor or LACOT to this specific accusation has been detailed. Looking forward, this story is likely to generate more discussion in the coming days. Advocacy groups may push for public statements or clarifications from the governor's team regarding the choice of blueberries and any steps to distance the campaign from any perceived cult connotations. Security agencies could increase patrols or intelligence efforts in flashpoint areas, while civil society continues to monitor political activities for signs of youth exploitation. If the issue gains wider traction, it might prompt broader conversations about regulating political symbols, enhancing anti-cultism education in schools, and ensuring that campaign platforms prioritize positive messaging over anything that could be misinterpreted. What do you think about the use of specific attire in political campaigns when it resembles symbols tied to cult groups? Does it cross a line, or is it being overblown in this case? Share your balanced views in the comments. We read them all and they help frame these important national discussions. If this breakdown helped clarify the facts behind the headlines, give it a thumbs up, share it with others who follow Ondo politics and security matters, and subscribe so you stay ahead on developments like this one. Nigeria's future depends on addressing root causes of insecurity head-on, protecting our youth, and holding leaders accountable without bias. Thank you for joining us for this measured look at a story with real stakes for communities across Ondo State. We'll keep watching and reporting as events unfold. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and we'll be back soon.